What's up, guys? Jacob Ober here. Welcome to my 4th episode of BuckTalk, and in this episode we'll be discussing perhaps the most complete win of the season for the Milwaukee Bucks. They go on the road to Oracle Arena to face the Golden State Warriors and win by a final score of 134 to 111. The Bucks completely shut down the Golden State Warriors tonight. They held them to 35% from 3, 48% overall. The Bucks were able to score at will in the paint. I believe they had 70 to 24 margin in the paint when all was said and done over the Warriors. It was a complete all-around effort. I don't have the complete final statistics from every player, but I do know that Bledsoe had 26, put together his best performance of the season. In fact, I would say that he was the biggest reason why this game happened. He was very active on the defensive end and added 26 on a very efficient 10 of 12 from the field. Giannis had 24 on 7 of 16 shooting, I believe. He shot a lot of free throws. I can't remember how much exactly, but he was a big factor in this game as well and dominated in the paint, getting a lot of foul calls as well, which is good to see because we haven't really seen him get the kind of foul calls that we usually would see a guy like Giannis get. And tonight he got those calls, so that was a big part of the victory as well. The bench played well. Pat Connaughton, I think, had 20 points in this game. That was very impressive. I mean, that guy, I remember when we signed him, I saw a lot of people saying, man, this guy, who's this scrub, you know? But he really has contributed thus far in the early portion of the season. He's been a great bench player, a great shooter off the bench, the kind of guy who you really like to have on your team. I'm trying to think of the other player who had a really standout performance. Malcolm Brogdon, I think, also had 20 points. He was also a very solid contributor tonight. It was an all-around team effort tonight. Lots of guys scoring in double digits. And that's the kind of basketball that you want to play against a team like the Warriors. You got to share the basketball. It's what the Bucks have been doing all season long, and they played a good defensive game. The Warriors did look a little bit sloppy and lazy, and you know they're going to have games like that. Every basketball team is going to have games like that throughout a season, but the Bucks were able to force a lot of turnovers. The Warriors turned it over 18 times. They outscored the Warriors 20-4 in fast break points. So yeah, it was a pretty complete game from the Bucks. They were very good on both ends of the basketball court, defensively and offensively. And I mean, man, if you don't know that this Bucks team is good by this point, then you haven't been paying attention, because this was a statement win. This was a win on national television, TNT, that people tune in. They see, wow, the Bucks really are for real. They're 9-2 now, and they just beat the Warriors in their own home by 23. And this is they were actually the only team, I believe, in the year 2018 to beat the Warriors twice, or the only Eastern Conference team in the entire league to beat the Warriors in Oracle Arena. They did it once back in March, and they did it tonight here in November. I remember that March game too. It seemed very similar to this one. The Bucks won this game by more points than them, but it had a very similar feeling to it because the Bucks were able to control that game, I think, from the second quarter on. Same situation here. It really wasn't in doubt by the time the middle of the third quarter came rolling around. There was still an outside chance that the Warriors won on one of those insane runs, but Steph Curry, I believe, went out with an injury and towards the end of the third quarter, which pretty much eliminated all hope of the comeback from them, because he's the arguably the best offensive player on that team, and a lot of the team flows through his offense. So, yeah, an all-around complete win for the Bucks tonight, and I got to be honest, I wasn't expecting it coming. I thought the Bucks were going to lose by 10 points tonight. I thought this is probably the portion of the schedule where they start coming back down to earth, but I mean, they went to heaven and beyond tonight. They beat the Warriors. They beat them down. I mean, this was a true beatdown. If you watched the game, it didn't even feel as close as 23 points. It felt like the Bucks were winning this game consistently by like 30 or more throughout the entire, from probably the mid-second quarter on. They were just dominating the Warriors in the paint. Didn't have the best three-point shooting night. They were only 9 of 35, I believe, from three-point land, which is about 25% from three. But, I mean, if they're only shooting 25% from three and they're still beating teams by 23 points, especially the best team in the league by 23 points, that's how you know that this Bucks team has staying power, and they do definitely have staying power. They are a very dynamic scoring team. They can beat you in the paint. They can beat you behind the arc. They are a team that is going to last in this NBA, I believe, and I think this game to me proved without a doubt that the Bucks are here to stay this season. They're not a team that just kind of got off to a really hot start. They're a team that's actually going to be here, be at the top of the East for this season and maybe seasons into the future, most likely seasons in the future. They clearly have their head coach with Mike Budenholzer. Fantastic coach. He's got this team exactly where he wants them to be, and they're just playing great basketball right now, so enjoy it. Bucks win tonight by 23 against the Warriors. Very shocking outcome, but it just proves even more that the Bucks are here to stay. So anyways, guys, so thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this Buck Talk with me. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. As always, go Bucks.